Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, hump day, June 1st, 2016, the beginning of a new trading month. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Traders, bright blue sunny skies, hot and white sandy beaches and blue waters. Absolutely gorgeous today. Might be doing lunch at the gazebo today. Looks absolutely gorgeous outside. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL. FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. All right, traders, like I said, great to be with you. Let's get started. Some crazy markets going on, but that's good. That's what we want. That's what trading's all about. Traders, my name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I do record this during the Asia session. Currently, it is 7:35 a.m. in Thailand, and that would be 20:35 on Wall Street. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, I'm in my 9th year, and I'm still here in Asia. Absolutely loving it. Trading the markets in Asia and the time zone is fantastic. Up early in the morning, 5:30, go to sleep 11 o'clock at night, still get a good night's rest. Everything is good, and we just trade, right? My theory is trade small, but trade a lot, right? That's what we want to do. Trade small, but trade a lot. All right, so how do I trade? Well, first of all, listen to fundamentals. And I'm very attuned to what's going on around the world. And you have to be, because we're macro traders, right? We trade the globe. We don't just trade one currency pair. We trade everything that's going on, because what's going on out there affects our trades, depending on what currency pair, of course, that you're in. So I take my fundamentals, but I'm a technician. I really love analyzing charts with price analysis and just price action and candlestick patterns and support and resistance and price structure, price failure, all that stuff. We all put all that together, and price action, right? We put that together and we come up with a trade plan. I take my fundamentals and I take my analysis on my charts and I come up with a trade plan, and we activate the trade plan. And either price comes to us or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, the trade goes without me, right? So I'm a pullback trader, so I'm always looking for the currency pair to make the move, and then I'll just wait for the pullback. And a lot of our pairs are trending and trending well, so we just wait for our pullback. I use the Fibonacci tool, and we have an entry, and we get ready, and we take the trade from that point forward. So that's how it's done on my side of the world, and I've been trading the same way, my friends, since day one. I was very fortunate that I ended up in a trading room with a great bunch of guys, and very early on in my trading career. And I just learned the basics, right? We, sell at resistance and buy at support, right? It's really simple. It's not difficult, right? It's not easy, though. It's not easy. Nothing's easy, right? Okay, that's enough about me. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, that should keep the legal people happy, and let's get over to some news and commentary. Let's see how the markets closed. Had some red in the U.S. session. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.48%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.10%. And the NASDAQ closed in the green, positive 0.29%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone and take a look. The DAX closed negative 0.68%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed negative 0.64%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was negative 0.53%. And the Eurostoxx 50 was negative 0.87%. A lot of red going on over there in the Eurozone. I was reading something yesterday, and ECB President Draghi is now taking treatments for a bipolar disease. Interesting. If you don't know what that is, check it out. Google it. Bipolar. It's all one word. Unbelievable. All right. The Nikkei 225 out of Tokyo is currently trading, and it's negative 0.86%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is also negative 1.06%. The China 850, which is not currently trading yet, but closed yesterday positive 2.60%. The Hang Seng out of Hong Kong also has about an hour to go before they start trading, and they closed yesterday positive 0.90%. And the Kospi out of Seoul, which is currently trading, is negative 0.20%. All right, that wraps up our markets. Let's head over to the economic calendar. Traders, I will say we do have a lot of data coming out today in the Asia session. We have China has manufacturing PMI in Asia, so I think we're going to see quite a bit there. The Aussie has GDP quarter on quarter for Q1. China also has Glaxon manufacturing PMI for May. This is all happening during the Asia session, so we should get some things moving here. We do have a lot of we have retail sales in the London session from the Swissy, but that's medium impact, and we do have a lot of data coming out, a lot of medium impact data coming out. However, we do have high impact out of the Great British Pound. We have manufacturing PMI for May coming out today, and that should be a market mover. And that looks like about it, my friends. Let's head down to the U.S. session, see what's going on in the U.S. session. We do have ISM manufacturing PMI today. All the PMIs are coming out for month of May, so that's coming out in the U.S. session today. So we have plenty of data today, and we're hoping to get some nice price action. So just keep an eye on that. But Asia is going to be a full day today. We have quite a bit coming out. We did have some New Zealand data come out today. Terms of trade index was good, and exports volume was a bad number, and import prices was a bad number. So they had some mixed data early, very early in the Asia session, right after Asia opened. All right, traders, that wraps up our numbers and economic calendar, what we can expect for today. Commentary is, I expect a full trading day today. I expect it to be very busy. Remember, it is NFP week this week. So, today and probably the first half of tomorrow, we have some good trading. And then, as you know, every Thursday before the Friday NFP, about London lunch, it really slows down and the markets basically, clam up and wait. So we'll see how that works. I think a lot's going on with Brexit. Is the UK going to leave the Eurozone? The polls are coming out every day with different numbers. And what's going on with that is the markets are reacting to it. So if the markets are reacting to it, that's important to us. So just be careful with these polls that are coming out, and the different polls from different people, and that makes a difference, okay? So we just got to keep an eye on that in your trades. So if you're trading the pound, you got to be careful now, because if they throw a poll out there and it goes against you, just be ready for it. In other words, have tight stops. I'm being blunt. Just have tight stops if you're trading the pound. Do not give any room. 12 pips, that's it, something like that, 15 pips at the most. The trade's either going to work or it's not going to work, and if you get stopped out, which we all get stopped out, you're not going to lose a lot, and it should not be any big deal, right? We want our losses to be minimal and our gains to be large, right? So oil is also on top of the topics today, and oil is being watched very closely as OPEC meets on Thursday this week. So everybody is keeping an eye on oil. It's very volatile. I think it was down yesterday, $2. So, OPEC's going to go and keep in that range, from like that 40 to, 43 to $50 range per barrel. I think it's going to bounce around there until this OPEC meeting gets done. And to be honest with you, traders, I don't think they're going to get anything accomplished, because there are too many countries that just don't listen to OPEC and do what they want, i.e. Iran. Okay, they're just going to pump oil and they're going to do what they want to do. And I have no problem with that. That's fine. I don't think OPEC should rule the roost. I think it's good that there's some countries out there that want to do their own thing. So quite a busy day today. Wow, I'm at 9 minutes. Let's get to the charts, my friends. This is the euro dollar. This is yesterday's chart, folks. I just put an arrow down here right under the daily pivot point where price is basically at. And we can sell this here. If we sell it, we got a 36 pip trade. Okay, so, just keep an eye on it. The euro is bearish, folks. It's been bearish. It continues to be bearish. That big red candle is data from the U.S. As they had data releases, and it was good for the dollar, and it continues down. And the dollar remains above 95. I think it was 95.66 when I last checked in the New York session yesterday. So as long as this dollar stays above 95, folks, we want to be buying dollars, right? We want to be buying dollars. Let's go over to the pound dollar and take a look what's going on. What a beautiful move yesterday. If you took this trade plan that we put out yesterday, you did very well, and you had to be patient, because it took basically London lunch through New York to get what we wanted, and this worked out great. So now we just need a pullback. We know the pound doesn't like to pull back, but take a look at the exponential moving averages. A nice big separation, the pointed to the downside, and this just looks like a great trading opportunity. Just wait for this pullback at 1.45, and we'll sell it. And basically, we're going to sell it to where price is now at 1.4471. Now, we know, and I put a support line there, and we know that this can just break that support line, just continue down. It does not have to pull back, especially the pound. So what we'll wait for is if it does break support, we'll wait for it to retest it, and we'll sell it from that level. So we'll just keep an eye on the pound, and like we have data coming out with them in London session today, so it should be quite a good moving pair today. And hopefully it stays with the trend and remains bearish. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie had data come out today and really had no reaction to it. It's pretty flat, to be honest with you. I'm really looking for this to pull back. I want this to come back up to 0.7260, which is resistance. It's also very close to the R1 pivot point, and we'll sell this, okay? And folks, if you open up this chart on a 30-minute chart on your platform, you'll see that this 71.56 has quite a bit of support left of the chart. Unfortunately, it's not on this slide, but if you open your chart, you'll see it. And that's why I picked that 71.56 to take our profits. However, I did put a star on the chart to show you that we have a confluence, right? We've got a 55 EMA, daily pivot, and then right below that, we have the 200 exponential moving average. So we'll have to be careful on that. The 10 EMA and the 55 EMA are pointing upward, and the 200 is just barely pointing upward, but I would say that would be flat. Okay, so looking for the pullback, and then we'll take this from resistance and sell it. Okay, we want to sell it. Buy the dollars. Okay, let's take a look at Euro Aussie. This pair has just been unbelievable. Yesterday wasn't really that great of a day. This left of the chart, my friends, is just not nice price action. This is really in a mess here, and we really need a pullback. The situation with the Euro Aussie is it does what it wants to do, right? So if we can get to this 53.95 area, we can take this and sell it. Yeah, I'd love for it to get back to 5,400 and sell it, right? However, it just went through 5,400 and didn't even think about it, right? We didn't even just didn't do anything, just went right on through it. So the old 5,400 is not holding like it used to. If you would have went back 2 months ago at 5,400, we would have had basically a nice bounce of 100 pips or so. Not anymore. 5,400 is not that big of a deal anymore, and it's just continuing to the downside. This pair is bearish, and it remains bearish, and all I want is sell trades. I'm not going to counter trade on the Euro Aussie. That is just asking for disaster. Okay, so we just want to sell this, and we're just waiting for an opportunity to get into this trade. I'm going to watch this very closely today because traders, I have to tell you, to be honest, I'm interested in getting in this trade. I think this is a good intraday trade here. We just have to find the right time to do it. And I wouldn't even stay in it for 2 days, and that's not my style of trading. I like being out of all my trades by the end of the day. But I would be very interested in obtaining this and keeping it going. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. Euro Yen still bearish. It continues to be bearish. Yes, this is yesterday's slide, and we're in a great position right at the moment to sell this. This is a sell trade right now. We're ready to go. Okay. It's the second entry. I gave you a first entry yesterday at 123.81, and it overshot it, right? It overshot it, and then came back down and gave you a beautiful trade if you were in this. This really happened in New York afternoon, and I was not awake at that point because that's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So yeah, I was not midnight. So I was not around for that. But this trade ended up working very nicely yesterday. Came right down to the 200 exponential moving average, and now we're below the 200 exponential moving average, and we're at this 123.11. So if we, now Current price is 123.02. So if this gets down to 122.90, 95, let's sell this and let's take it down to 122.29. And we'll see how it goes. But this is a nice 70 pip trade if we can get in the trade. But remember, we are bearish on the euro yen. I don't think much is going on as far as the tax situation with Prime Minister Abiy. He's going to announce today some new stuff, and they are going to delay the tax hike for about 2 years. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar is at a great spot. It had an update yesterday, really for the last 2 days, and now we're back at the R1 pivot point at 0.6788. We'll take this all the way back down to 0.6709. This is a nice 70-plus pip trade. You know, we will get a bounce at the 55 and the daily pivot point. We do expect that, and also with the 200 exponential moving average. However, take a look at the 10 EMA. It's pretty far away from current price. So a couple of things are going to happen here. As we move through Asia, it's possible that that 10 EMA is going to move to catch up with price, but price is going to come down and catch the 10 EMA. And how that reacts to the 10 EMA is going to be of concern, and that's what we need to watch out for. All right, traders, yes, 1 minute over today. We're getting better, right? Getting better every day. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on Wednesday, Hump Day, first day of a new trading month, June 1st. Traders, please go visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, we will catch you in about 24 hours. Take care now.